Eddie Hearn continues to hate on Deontay Wilder, says he has lost the plot. Stay tuned. Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. BoxingNewsOnline.net. Shout out to them. Link in the description. They have an interview with Eddie Hearn, promoter of guys like Dillian Whyte, Josh Kelly, obviously Anthony Joshua. And this is what Eddie Hearn says in the exclusive interview. Deontay Wilder has lost the plot at the moment. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's got a team of people around him that can't pay him any money. We're offering him a load of money and he thinks I'm an arsehole, so he doesn't really want to deal with me. But when he realizes I'm paying him 3 or 4 times more than everybody else, Hearn said, but now I can put it on a plate. You've got Dillian Whyte, you've got Dereck Chisora. He might look at Del Boy and go, I'll have Del Boy. Imagine Wilder against Chisora at the O2 Arena. Or Brooklyn, if I get the visa. Right? So, this is what he's saying. Chisora's down for it. He says, I'm not going to lie to you. I try to take the center of the ring against Carlos Takam. If I start moving my feet and get caught with anything clean, it'll just drop me. So, listen. My thoughts are this. Eddie Hearn keeps hating on all things to do with Wilder, but new media, Ego's Army, we've been smashing. You guys can go read the article on the page, Boxing News Online. But here's the thing. All of what Eddie Hearn is doing is merely backfiring on him and Anthony Joshua, and I don't think he even realizes it. Because you say Wilder's not this, Wilder's not that, Joshua's the A-side, Wilder doesn't sell, he can't sell 4,000 tickets in New York, in America, People in front of New York delis and coffee shops don't know the name Deontay Wilder, whereas Joshua can't go anywhere in London without being stopped for autographs, But at the end of the day, boxing fans know who Wilder is. They're trying to put him on pay-per-view with Tyson Fury. And Eddie Hearn keeps finding a way to hate on what Wilder's doing, but you wanted to sign him. So for that reason, the fact that you want him on DAZN so bad and you're willing to pay him this much money, it makes everything else null and void. Because there's nothing you could say to chastise, to insult him, if you want to acquire his talents on your network or your new partnership with DAZN. That's for starters. If you want him on the network, then he's winning. So all that stuff about he doesn't sell stadiums, no one knows him. Well, obviously you're trying to pay him $5 to $8 million to fight Dillian Whyte or Dereck Chisora, so he must be worth a damn. So it's backfiring in that regard. Then saying he lost the plot, I don't get it. How's he lost the plot? From my understanding, they're trying to hash out a deal with Tyson Fury. Should Tyson Fury get past his next opponent, Pianetta or whatever his name is, and Tyson Fury should be favored to beat him, but it's boxing. Some people thought Alida Alvarez couldn't beat Kovalev and he stopped him, so we'll have to see what happens, but they're trying to make that a Showtime pay-per-view if I'm not mistaken. Eddie Hearn hated on that. He says, oh, it's not realistic, it's not going to happen. Why would Tyson Fury fight Wilder after 3-year absence and tune-ups like this? It's just for show. But you're not Frank Warren, you're not Tyson Fury, you're not part of the team, you don't represent him, so you don't know what. And putting out statements like that, you're going to look bad if it does in fact happen, right? If it does happen, then what are you going to say? And you're not in the negotiating floor, so you don't know what hangups. Just because you and your fighter didn't want to fight Wilder next, doesn't mean every fighter is going to react that way. And it sounds like things are going smoothly with as far as making Wilder versus Fury. But saying Wilder has lost the plot and constantly interjecting Dillian Whyte into the mix and Dereck Chisora. Listen, Dillian Whyte's a good fighter, but Dillian Whyte, he should fight Chisora. That's a good DAZN fight. Have that rematch, because as far as I'm concerned, from what I seen, maybe I have to watch it again, but I watched it live. It was December 10th, because I remember Anthony Joshua fought on that card, and I was in Omaha covering the Crawford fight, right? So there was a lot of boxing that's why I remember the dates and stuff. And I thought Dereck Chisora beat Dillian Whyte. So they should be rematching, but you keep trying to pawn either one of them off on Deontay Wilder. Look, he's looking for the big fish. He's trying to fry the big fish. He already took care of Luis King Kong Ortiz. That upped his profile and gave him mad respect because people know how good Ortiz is and he's a boogeyman. Now he's gunning for Tyson Fury, right? He was gunning for Anthony Joshua, but Joshua didn't want to come get $50 million in America. So, you know, it's just like, it's backfiring on Eddie Hearn. You keep telling people about Dillian Whyte and Dereck Chisora. Guess what? Tyson Fury beat Dereck Chisora. And the second time he beat him by stoppage. So you can throw however much money you want, but they're trying to put this on pay-per-view. And nonetheless, Tyson Fury is undefeated. Dillian Whyte has a loss. Dereck Chisora lost to Tyson Fury. So there's no way you can attempt to advocate for the fights you want, because you'll be a part of the equation, Dereck Chisora or Dillian Whyte versus Wilder, and then hate on the Tyson Fury. What can you say? You know, oh, Deontay Wilder's a fool for fighting Tyson Fury. Why is he a fool? He'll get more clout, he'll get more credibility if he can beat or knock out Tyson Fury, as opposed to a guy like Dereck Chisora, who's a good fighter, but he's up there. He has losses. He got knocked out by David Haye, got knocked out and beaten twice by Tyson Fury, right? So we all know the reality is he'll get more credit and he'll get a lot of money fighting Tyson Fury on pay-per-view. And he'll get a lot of clout because Tyson Fury has not been beaten. He beat himself with his outside of the ring antics, but he hasn't been beaten in that square circle. And he's confident. He's a big heavyweight. He could box his ass off, and he holds a win over Dereck Chisora. And if he were to fight Dillian Whyte, Tyson Fury would probably be favored in that fight too, right? So Eddie Hearn's kind of painting himself into a corner with these statements saying Wilder has lost the plot. The thing is, it's not all about money too. Like, money is great. Everybody needs money to get to the next level and facilitate certain things, take care of their family, mortgage, car notes. That's cool. But Eddie Hearn seems to be like flaunting this DAZN $1 billion deal as if that's the gateway to everything. But it's clearly not the case, because there's no major fights on DAZN except for, I guess you want to say, Joshua Povetkin, and most people wanted to see Joshua versus Wilder. But they're talking about Gerald Miller versus Thomas Adamak, who I thought retired and got knocked out by Eric Molina, a guy that Joshua knocked out, right? And came from a lighter division, right? And Jessie Vargas versus Thomas Delorme. You know what I mean? Demetrius Boo Andre, Billy Joe Saunders, that's a good one, but you can't give all the credit in the world, because that was a mandatory situation that got ordered by the WBO. So you guys kind of had to make that fight. Otherwise, somebody's going to get stripped or lose their ranking. You know what I mean? So realistically, I think it's like Eddie Hearn. It's like, it reminds me of, I know some dudes that are loaded, or no girls really, who have dated guys that were loaded, but they ain't got no game. They don't know how to pick up chicks. They don't know how to have that conversation, open them up. They use their money as a conduit to try to open up the girl. Like, oh, bought her this Gucci purse, Michael Kors purse or something, or this expensive watch or some shit. But that's not game. That's cool. She might accept those gifts, but there's a broke dude who shop at Ross who's fucking your chick. You know what I'm saying? That's what it reminds me of, this situation. It's like Eddie Hearn keeps like flaunting money, like that's the only thing. People care about other things other than money. Yeah, Deontay Wilder, he's working on his legacy. He can get a lot of money fighting Tyson Fury, and he's going to get more clout. He's going to get more respect if he can beat Tyson Fury. He can fight Dereck Chisora. Even if you were willing to pay him more money for Dereck Chisora, he's not going to get all the credit in the world beating a guy that Tyson Fury beat, David Haye beat, right? Etc. You know what I mean? On paper, Dillian Whyte beat, even though, like I said, I thought Dillian Whyte lost that fight. So the money is cool, but it's obviously not everything. That's why you haven't been able to acquire Errol Spence, Adrian Broner, Jamal Charlo, you know, guys with a lot of momentum. Like Jessie Vargas is coming off a draw. Demetrius Andrade, you probably had to buy him out of his contract, and he hasn't fought anyone big named in a while. Been fairly inactive. Gerald Miller still hasn't had a title shot or really that marquee fight yet. You know what I mean? So money is great, but you're not going to just be able to just lure Deontay Wilder in and then to say he's lost the plot. I think they're doing just fine, especially if they get this Tyson Fury fight sewed up. You know what I mean? I think that's far better than a victory over Dillian Whyte at this point, and definitely over Dereck Chisora. Let me know what you guys think. Has Wilder lost the plot? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video's Ego Son. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.